Here's Young. Now the starting group for the visitors. Ceballos is out there with Dunleavy. Then it's Williams. Then it's Trae Young. And it's Glover in at the 3, the small forward.
Lou Williams is someone who draws the defense's attention. That leaves others open.
Back to Scott. Pass to Garrett. And it's Dunleavy with the rebound. Here's Glover, defended by Scott. Shot from the wing. Kept alive.
Number 22.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Shooting for the away team.
And the first one at the line is good.
2 shots.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Scott against Young. Scott kicks to Garrett. Here's the 3. And it's Dunleavy with the rebound. First quarter, just over a minute played. You know, Shams, I don't know how many kids grow up thinking they're going to be an NBA insider. But clearly that is something that you probably thought about at one time or another. Did you think that was going to be your path?
Kevin, I knew at the age of 16 years old what I wanted to do, and this path I wanted to take an insider for the NBA because I loved playing basketball, I loved writing, and I had a genuine passion for transactions, for the behind-the-scenes stories. So to be able to tell that story to the fans, I feel like I am one of the fans. That's why I feel like I can relate to the fans, and so that's what inspired me mostly to take this career path that I've taken.
So connected. It is a pleasure reading you and hearing you.
Kevin, appreciate you so much, and just know the stories will keep coming.
Gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Murray against Williams, just 5 to shoot. Pulls from the top of the key, and it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Watch out now, when this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. With a break in the action, let's show you the teams with the most second chance points last year.
So many second chance opportunities for both of these clubs a season ago, and they really took advantage.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Now Dunleavy. Here's Young with the drive. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. All right, Shams, I know you can't reveal all your secrets, but how do you develop relationships with your sources? The players, the agents, the GMs, the scouts all over the NBA.
It comes year after year. This has been something I've been doing for the better course of the last 15 years. So for me, it's about relationships, it's about daily communication, and making sure that I keep the trust, I keep the faith, and I keep a level of respect with everyone that I come across. Relationships are the name of the game, especially in the NBA.
Well, that's what I've heard about you. They trust you. So if they're going to confide, they know they can trust you. I would think that would be maybe the core of how you operate.
Trust and faith, and that develops early, not taking shortcuts. I'm very much for the long game.
Now, here is Young. 11 points last game. Over Scott. Young's shot is good.
Such a creative ball handler. Young has an ability to carve out room for himself with his dribble.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you. I had a chance to talk with head coach Nick Nurse. Now, I asked him about trying to slow down Trae Young, and the coach said you have to get the ball out of his hands. He can hurt you with the pass and with the shot. I'm not going to be surprised if you see them blitzing and doubling him a good portion of the game. Back to you.
Thanks, David. And so Murray nails both of them. Gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, to the inside. The kick out to Williams. Ceballos a screen on Murray. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Williams. Rejected by Murray. Well, the latest CBA introducing the second apron, limiting Shams what teams above the cap can do. How does that new rule affect teams?
Decision makers tell me that they're very much keeping an eye on the second apron, not only of their team, but others, and teams that will have to shed salary because of the second apron and the amount of big contracts we're going to see teams give to players. You're going to see it at the top, but that may dwindle in the middle of their roster. But we will see a more competitive league because of these new CBA changes and less of a chance of super teams and just more parity and dispersed talent.
Do you constantly read over some of these CBA agreements? I would assume that you do, to have a full understanding of terms like the apron, like we just talked about, or all the other things, the luxury tax, all the things that make deals possible.
It's one thing to have luxury tax. It's a whole nother animal now to have the second apron. And that, certainly for teams that are deep in the second apron, that limits their ability to go make major trades, to be able to sign players for more than the minimum. And we're seeing that happen to at least 1 or 2 teams around the league right now. So how will that impact things? Certainly, the CBA being 50, 60, 70 pages, that's something you pour through before every calendar year.
It is just fascinating. And so he makes both from the line.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe, he's going to cash in more than not.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
And checking out the numbers for Young. Great showing for him last season. Averaged about 25 points per game, 10 assists and 2 rebounds. And he was their top scorer throughout last season.
Well, his teammates knew whenever they really needed a basket, just look his way.
Pass to Glover. The 3. It will not find the hoop. It's his third miss. He has made 2. When you look at the NBA, Shams, any changes you'd like to see?
To me, it's having players stay healthy, right? I would love to have a rule that players just play and the top players are there playing the most meaningful moments of regular season games and allowing players to have freedom defensively. And the league can find plenty of other ways to discourage players, but to allow players to really be there in the big moments, to defend at a high level. And I would just love to have a healthy serum that we can spread around the league and keep these guys on the floor.
I think here at the table, we're all nodding our heads, looking up and down. We all agree completely with what you're saying.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. Young's teammates love to see him at the stripe.
And the second free throw, good.
And it's become clear what a leader Young is on this team. He senses when they need an infusion of confidence and always tries to provide it.
Now here's Murray. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22. Over Glover. Murray, no good. Gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Outside Williams. Pass to Glover. Young in the corner. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Young's got 7 points in the game.
3 of 4 to start. Young fella came to play.
That's tipped and stolen by Williams. Pass to Ceballos. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Murray Murray outside. Cranes the three-pointer. 9 points in the game so far. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
Shams, with as often as you've interacted with front offices all over the NBA, have you noticed any changes with how franchises operate with both the players and the media and that relationship and where it may be headed?
Everything has to be more specialized now in the organization. When you're seeing true partnerships develop with teams and their players, especially their top players, the teams have to pay more attention now to data, to metrics than ever before. And the relationship between your top players in the organization, that is very, very important. And the teams that do a good job of managing relationships, of managing expectations, that is clearly what separates the elite teams with the bottom teams. And certainly players in today's generation are very, very polished when it comes to the media.
Oh, you framed that so well. Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
Close games often come down to who makes the big plays on defense. And that is one heck of a rejection right there.
Pass to Murray. Here's Saunders. Clock at 6 from about 16. And it's Dunleavy with the rebound. Dunleavy's got 5 rebounds tonight. Murray against Young. 1:57 left to play here in the first. Williams puts up a 3. And it's Glover missing.
I don't think he's performing up to his own expectations, but they still find themselves out in front.
He can't get it to go.
Boy, just not scoring with the efficiency he'd like to. Tough quarter for him.
And the layup's good off the glass. Glover's got 7.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Here's Murray. Finds himself wide open and drills it. He's got 11.
Yeah, he's owning them on the offensive end, but, you know, he can't do it by himself.
Pass to Glover. Back to Young. There's the triple.
Away team foul. Joel Dunleavy. First personal foul. Third team foul.
Gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. 52 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Murray. Gets in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Now here's Evans. His last outing, he had 8 points. Here's Young. Rebound by Murray. Gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. There's 21 seconds left in the first. Young looking it over. Fires the 3. Traps in the tray. Young's got 13. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you know, you have a guy in there blocking a bunch of shots or multiple players blocking shots. It causes the offense to think twice when they go up for shots in there.
They've got Young. Ceballos is out there with Dunleavy. Then it's Williams. And it's Craig in at the small forward position. Young's shot is off.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Shams, we know you grew up in Chicago. I'm assuming you grew up a Bulls fan. Who didn't? And you had to have a favorite player growing up with those terrific teams.
I was a big-time fan of hoops in general. Definitely someone for me was Kobe Bryant. That someone wasn't a Bulls player. We almost got him one year, but that was someone I grew up watching. Kevin, did you have a favorite team or player growing up?
Well, I love Kobe. I called every season of LeBron and every season of Kobe Bryant. And Bryant actually did stuff for 2K, as you know, not too long ago, before his passing. We sat down for a couple hours, but I hate to rank them because Kobe, Jordan, and LeBron are all right there at the very, very top. Hard to beat Jordan, right?
Very hard to beat Jordan. Obviously, the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Kobe, for me, watching growing up, that was the closest thing that I had.
Scott can't get it to go.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
No good from Ceballos. Gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Got that bucket in no time at all.
And finally, someone scores.
Yeah, it's been a defensive battle to say the least, partner. Good to see at least somebody got the ball in the basket. Finally.
Now, here is Young. 13 points in the game.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those two in the first quarter.
Ceballos with the rebound.
Yeah, I tell you what, for him, this has been a game to forget. But somehow they still find themselves with the lead.
It's rebounded by Garrett. Garrett's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. And as the salary cap looks set to rise significantly, Shams, any major effects that you can anticipate?
It won't be like the year the Warriors signed KD. They're going to smooth the cap's numbers, and it's not going to spike quite the same. But these numbers will continue to get eye-popping when you think about player salary, and you have to keep in mind luxury tax and the new second apron that came into play with the collective bargaining agreement, and that will play a part in how teams build, not putting yourself in a restrictive position to continue to build winning organizations.
A lot of moving parts to contend with, but boy, a lot on the horizon. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake. Here's Young. 13 points in the game. Pass to Evans. Young with the ball. And they get it. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
He's picking up right where he left off in the first quarter.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. There's the pick. Here's Scott. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Pass to Young. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And Young, such a clever shooter. He makes sure to get himself a foul while putting up the shot.
And so Young nails them both. Gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. Here he goes. And the basket by Saunders.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
You know, numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved.
Here's Glover. 7 points in the game. This one for 3. good that time.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Quick shot there, and it's off target. Gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Pass to Young. Here's Ceballos. Outside Williams. It's rebounded by Garrett.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And Charms, I've always wondered, watching you, reading you, when did you first fall in love with the NBA? And when did you decide to cover it?
Really, when I was around 10, 11 years old, I grew up in Chicago right as the Bulls dynasty was starting. I wasn't quite old enough, but I was old enough to see some of those scrappy Bulls teams in the mid-2000s. And basketball was always a part of the national discourse, but also part of my life playing it, and then now being someone that's able to inform the audience and the public.
You know what? I'm looking up and down this table. I think we all feel the exact same way. Thing has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Pass to Ceballos. Young with the ball. No good on the three.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Here's Saunders. Lays it up off the glass. Saunders has got 6 here in this quarter.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Inside, the 8-footer. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First personal foul, first team foul.
The first one falls. Murray's checked in for Saunders.
Number 96. 2 shots.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Here's Young. He's got 18. To the paint, the kick out to Williams. 5 to shoot. Ceballos a screen on Murray. They get it back. No good from Ceballos.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Young. It's time now to look at the NBA's toughest defensive teams from a season ago.
Yeah, if you want to see how hard these two teams play, just take a look at the points allowed a year ago. I mean, that is impressive.
Gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. The game is certainly going international. Commissioner Adam Silver says, with basketball's exponential growth, it's now truly a global game. We're fortunate that the very best in the world want to play in a single league. And Kevin, the NBA continues to draw talent from all corners of the globe.
And David, you've been all over the globe, and the talent level undeniable. Here's Garrett, following the score by Lou Williams. Off target at the rim. Being a pretty low, 34% thus far. One for the pass to Young. That shot is in, just like 6 others have been for him. He's shooting 7 for 15.
Oh, crafty move there by Young, finessing his way around the contact.
Now, here's Scott. He's got 5. A 3. Nailed from three-point land.
Boy, from the looks of it, it appears the defense is fine with him taking that shot, but he makes them pay when they do.
Evans passes to Glover. We've got 1:55 left here in the second. Outside Williams. A 3 ball. Scores for only the second time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
The 11-footer. It's rebounded by Lou Williams. And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. Oh, wasn't that wonderful? Easy to see why Shams has so many sources around the game. He's so easy to talk to.
Yeah, it's all about relationships at the end of the day. When the conversations come easily, that suits his purpose as a reporter.
Dunleavy's check in for Ceballos. Evans, that's a 2-pointer. It's rebounded by Garrett. Garrett's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Trae Young. There's 37 seconds left to play here in the half. Offline with his 3.
Yeah, and a dangerous trend here as they're starting to live and die with outside jump.
Really good point. I mean, you want to keep that balance, and attacking inside creates space for shooters, and having shooters creates opportunities inside, so it works hand in glove. No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
Here's Glover. Got it from 16 feet. Glover's got 9 points.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
Shot from free throw range. No good on the last second attempt there. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Up 5. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
Hey folks, welcome to the halftime show. A lead right now in this one. Swerving off topic for a moment. I need you guys to weigh in on this. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Oh, man.
And now let's talk about our featured game. It was a solid first half for the home team.
Without the points they've...
And that's a halftime wrap.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
And the basket by Saunders. Greg, you look at the great coaches. What are 1 or 2 of the most important qualities for success that you see?
Well, for me, Kevin, I think you got to be able to adapt tactically. I mean, that's huge, and especially in the playoffs. But most important, can you motivate and unify a locker room? That leadership quality is what really puts a coach over the top.
Lou Williams out there with Trae Young. And Ceballos. And there's Dunleavy. And it's Glover in at the 3. Starting off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Murray, good.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Murray's gone 6 of 7 from the field here, getting just about everything to drop. Pass to Young, outside Williams. They set the pick. Back to Young, 6 to shoot. To stop the run, and he drops that one in. Young's got 22.
And I like the resourcefulness Young brings to the table, taking any shot he can create.
Murray down low. Lays it up and banks it in.
And still perfect in the second half. 4 straight makes.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And here's Young. He's got 22. Here's Ceballos. Williams with a clean look. Sinks the three-pointer. Williams has got 8.
And such a confident player. Williams knows he has the trust of his coaches and teammates to take those shots.
Here's Saunders. He's got 14. To the middle. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Young's shot is off.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Now, here is Young. Here's Dunleavy. Misses the fadeaway jumper. Gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Pass to Murray. To the wing on the left. Five on the clock. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. On Saturday and then on Monday.
At the line for your home team, number 11.
First free throw is good. No good on the second free throw. Gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Young outside. And the 3 off target.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And he goes in for the dunk.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Here's Ceballos. Back to Young. Fires for 3. That one doesn't drop. Gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half. Pass to Murray. Here's Saunders. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Dunleavy with the rebound. Dunleavy's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Here's Ceballos. Young outside. To end the drought. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. We're talking about Trae Young here, GA. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. You love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
Good on both. Gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Here's Saunders. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Evans, he's checked in for Ceballos. Gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Williams, that's good. Williams has got 10 points.
So savvy inside for a player of his size and tough. Williams will do whatever it takes.
Here's Saunders, 17 points in the game. Lets it go from deep. And it's Dunleavy with the rebound. Gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Hits it from three-point range.
And it looks to me like he still has some of the shooting touch that he displayed in the first.
Pass to Murray. Scott with the ball. From downtown, gets it to go from beyond the arc. Scott's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Now, here is Young. 27 points for him.
You know, you can't be overzealous inside when you guard Young. You got to be better at contesting without fouls.
He's had 6 attempts at the line, made 5 of them. And so Young nails them both.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency is, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You've got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
And the basket by Saunders.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Pass to Glover. Young against Scott. Young inside. He has 29. Nice D from Scott. Gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Here's Saunders. He's guarded by Williams. Back to Scott. Here's Saunders. Over Williams. And it's Dunleavy with the rebound. Dunleavy's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Pass to Glover. Now Dunleavy. With this chance, let's show you the league's most intimidating shot blocking defenses from last season.
Both clubs physically dominant inside the paint, and that's why you see those outstanding shot blocking numbers.
And so here's the home team. Here's Saunders. He's got 19. And it's Dunleavy with the rebound. Dunleavy's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Pass to Williams. Out left to the wing. Now, here is Young. And a miss there on the triple. Down low. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Oh, yeah, he put some anger behind that one.
You're telling me.
Treated the rim like it stole something from it.
Now here's Evans. Still scoreless. Here's Glover. The basket good off the assist from Evans.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Murray outside. Pass to Saunders. Six on the shot clock. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
First personal foul, 3rd team foul.
The first free throw is good. So he gets them both. Being a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. Pass to Dunleavy. Evans feeling it out a bit. Craig with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And here is Williams. Stolen away. Here's Saunders. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
So good at getting to his spots and then cashing in, making the game look easy.
Pass to Craig. Back to Young. Here's Williams. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him. Here's
Saunders. 23 points in the game. Now here's Murray. Craig defending. Here's Garrett. Cans the shot from the wing. Garrett's got 7 points in the game.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
I tell you what, any team will take that. I mean, if you're shooting over 50%, it means you're getting the kind of looks you want on offense, and you're being smart about it, and you're knocking down the good shots that you get.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Boy, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Ceballos is out there with Evans. Then there's Dunleavy. Then it's Trae Young. And it's Williams at the shooting guard. Here's Ceballos. Pass to Young. Second chance shot. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Tight little up fake there. Young using it to create contact, and we know he's a terrific free throw shooter.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. With confidence, 50% from the field so far. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Clark, some people have claimed there is too much talent now in this NBA and not enough teams.
Interesting point. I don't know if I fully agree with it. Clearly, talent has always been the driver in the league. I think because the league is generally younger, that the talent is not as refined, so therefore you have a little disjointedness with teams. But the blend of talent into teamwork is still what the best teams do at a high level.
Outside, Scott. Garrett looking over the floor. Mays. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
He's off on the first.
At the line for your home team, Mays. 2 shots.
Good on the second free throw. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Pass to Ceballos. Here's Dunleavy. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And really, he played mistake-free basketball up to that point. That's the only time he's turned it over so far.
Number 41, Ty Glover.
This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
Mays, and that one drops for him.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they had.
Williams' shot is off.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And that one is good.
And, you know, passes like that go a long way. Terrific teamwork.
Gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Young outside. And the NBA helping establish academies and even leagues, Greg, on foreign soil. Do you expect more to come?
I do, Kevin. I think the league recognizes it has a big role to play in the expansion of the game globally. Investments being made with the long-term view in mind.
Fires from 14, and it's Dunleavy with the rebound.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
Fades back. It's rebounded by Garrett. Garrett's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Williams looking over the floor. Beyond the arc. That doesn't go, but he's 5 for 11. Gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Here's Glover. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got 4 assists in the game.
And the poise of Williams, so impressive. Plays at his own pace. He's never in a hurry.
Scott kicks to Garrett. Count it, number 5 from the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Priority and goal number 1 has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
Williams passes to Ceballos. No good with the layup.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Clark, I've always heard that every team when on the road will have a team dinner.
You know, that's typically a practice that most teams employ, and those dinners are memorable, especially if the food is good. But more than the food, I think, is the camaraderie and the bonding that takes place when you break bread together, coaches and players.
Here's Williams. It's deflected, and he gets it back. And gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break. And Williams is sort of the classic instant offense guy. Whether he's coming off the bench or starting, he can provide a spark whenever they need one.
Here's Garrett. Ceballos with the rebound. Ceballos got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Young pass to Ceballos. Now, here is Young. Off target from three-point range.
You know, he's just chucking it up from distance this quarter. If you're going to do this, especially in the second half, you better make them.
Can't cash in from close range.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Fades away. Dunleavy's shot is off. Gone, 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Mays. Oh, that's blocked. On the wing, Williams. It's tipped, and that goes out of bounds. And they retain possession. We've seen the league, Clark, crack down on physical play more and more over time.
You know, I think in general that's a good trend and direction and change. The game was extremely physical and rugged in the early 80s and even into the early mid-90s. But things change, and I think the change is for the better. It's about player safety and protecting players, so I think it's a good thing overall.
Murray for 3. Ceballos with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Pass to Glover. Here's Ceballos. In the corner, it's Dunleavy. Shot clock at 6. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
This is definitely a day he'd like to forget. He just hasn't had the energy or the intensity to get it done out there. He's still scoreless.
Here's Saunders. He's guarded by Williams, and he makes that one. Saunders has got 25 points.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to him?
And no let up in him either, guys. I mean, he wants to continue to expand that lead, and as long as he's the one taking the shots, that lead's going to expand.
Williams. Murray with the defensive effort. Gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. Takes it inside. Pass to Garrett. Clark, the NBA has seen some iconic personal rivalries over the years. And I'm sure you remember most of them.
Yeah, I do, even those that I wasn't part of as a young basketball player growing up in Cleveland watching. But I read a lot about them, Wilt and Bill Russell, the Celtics and the Lakers and all of those great teams. Obviously, high school graduate of 1979, the Bird and Magic rivalry, easy answer for anybody around my age. And then you think about Isaiah Thomas, who was in my high school class, and then Michael Jordan. Those Pistons-Bulls rivalries were pretty intense and must-watch TV. So there have been a lot over the years.
Young inside. On the wing, Williams. Pass to Glover. The wing jumper off target. Gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Out to the right wing. Takes it off the glass.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Pass to Ceballos. Here's Glover for 3. Rebound by Murray. 59 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. There's a screen. Off target with his 3. It's Young on the wing. Cans it from downtown. Young's got 39. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth. Murray outside. Pass to Saunders. Back to Murray. 6 on the shot clock. Over Williams. It's hauled in by Trae Young. So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it.